Hello, welcome back to the Williams Pulse, the athletic side. This is Mitch Mathis, athletic director at Williams Baptist University. And today we're going to talk to Addison Foster, Addie for short, right?
Yes.
Okay. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're in the kind of the first third of the season. We haven't started conference yet. So tell me a little bit about how the year's going.
I think it's going pretty well. We're getting our kinks out.
Okay. So we played some receiving votes and ranked teams. And how's the competition level?
Honestly, I think that we're up there with all of them, and I think that if we can get our heads out of our butts sometimes, that we can compete with all of them.
Right.
And I think we're up there.
Okay. So let's tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Okay. And you went to?
Northside.
Not to be confused with Southside. But you told me an interesting fact off the air, and that is?
My mom is the principal at Southside.
Mom's the principal at Southside, but
Yes.
you went to Northside. Okay. So where did this softball journey begin?
I started when I was very young. I started at 4 years old, and I was on a young team, of course, and then probably like 5 or 6, my dad started coaching me, and he has coached me ever since.
Okay. So did mom or dad play softball, baseball?
My mom played softball, but my dad actually played baseball, and he actually got drafted, but he did not decide to go. So
And where did he play at?
Northside.
Northside.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So you're a catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Caught all your life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm an old catcher, and I started when I was 9, and we took batting practice that day, and the coach said we had, in Little League when I played, you got to play on the same team for 4 years. And we had a 12-year-old catcher, and coach said, hey, we're going to try out a new catcher. So, Mitch, you get the gear on first. 2 hours later, I'm still behind the plate, and I was the next catcher.
Yep.
And that's how I kind of got started. So, how'd you get started going behind the plate?
I don't really remember. I think I just got thrown back there.
Do you like catching?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay. And that's part of the battle, right?
Yep.
Because if you don't want to be back there, it can be very miserable. Especially,
yes, taxing.
Yeah. Especially during those hot days when we got all the gear and that kind of stuff on.
Yes.
So, travel team, you played all the way up. What's the furthest you ever got with the travel team? Did y'all win rings anywhere? Did you?
Yeah, we would go to state and stuff like that, and it was my dad's travel team, so we were pretty decent, and we won Worlds one time when we were young, like 12U.
Okay.
But we just, fall ball.
Okay.
Fall ball was our best.
All right. And where were Worlds? Did you get to go
Hot
somewhere?
Springs.
Hot
no.
Springs.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hot Springs.
That is part of the world, so we
Yep.
will count that as a world tournament there. So when you would go for these tournaments, all day, all night, what's the latest you've ended a game that you can remember?
I do remember we had rain delays all day, and I think the championship game was at like 5 Monday morning.
Wow.
5 a.m. Yep.
So what did you do? Did you sleep or did you?
I don't know. We just kind of battled through it.
Okay.
I feel like I have a rough time. I can't sleep during the day during games.
Right.
Because then it just makes me sluggish when I wake up.
Yeah. Okay. So freshman. What brought you to Williams?
Coach Nutt actually had been pursuing me for like 5 years.
Okay.
And I think her atmosphere, her and Coach M, they just welcomed me with open arms. And I think that's just really what brought me and drew me here.
She's kind of hard to say no to, right?
Yes, she is very hard.
She's very persistent.
Yep, it took her 5 years to get me out here on a visit, and once I got out here, I loved it.
Well, good. Yeah. Now, what are you majoring in?
Biology.
And what do you want to do with that?
Nursing.
Nursing. Okay. Are there levels of nurses? I know there's like RN and LPN and.
I want to be an RN,
RN.
but in labor and delivery. So.
Okay. All right. And what draws you to that?
I love kids. I love babies. I love seeing like the nature of the mother, like that type stuff.
Okay. And so 5 years to get you on a visit, finally get you here. Besides Coach Nutt and Coach M, what's the draw? What makes you, Fort Smith is, how many people are in Fort Smith?
A lot.
A lot.
Like 80,000, something like that.
And there's not 80,000 here, right? No?
Nope.
Did you like that part of it?
Yes, I do. I'm a very introvert person, and I think that the small town here makes me like embrace myself a little bit more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, coming in, obviously if Coach Nutt was after you for 5 years, you thought, I got a chance to play. Did you think that you were going to be in the middle of the lineup every day playing?
To be honest, no. I'm always in my head. They know that. And I just think, sometimes I let my thoughts get the best of me. But even though I've worked so hard to get where I am today,
right.
I think even that was blown out the window, and I did not think that I was going to be playing.
So, again, being an old baseball player, the mental side is the hardest part of baseball, softball,
yes,
right?
It is.
Because they tell you, take a round bat and hit a round ball square, and that just doesn't jive.
Nope.
And now softball, you're hitting, what are you hitting? Can you tell me? I got it right here if you can't.
408.
408. So that means that 4 times out of every 10, you're getting a hit.
Yes.
And getting some hard hits because you got 5 home runs. How many? Let's look. You got 2 doubles, no triples yet. So you got 7 of your. How many hits we got here? Let me look. 29. So 22 hits are singles. So we hit it hard though. I've watched you. You're right back up the middle. So mentally, you say you get in your head, and I know what you're talking about. You go, man, I'm no good. I can't hit. How do you fight that?
Well, honestly, I've fought it through my dad.
Okay.
Truly, he will drive up here 4 hours to hit with me. Like, he's done it before. I go and hit. I video with him, and literally I just hit until I feel like my swing is good, until I'm confident in my body, in my swing, in like my load, everything about it.
Have you ever heard the term paralysis by analysis? So that was for me, I was one of those that I like to watch. Now, I played in the 90s. We did have video in the 90s, okay? But I like to watch videos of myself hitting to see what.
Yes.
But there were times that I could do too much. So on those days that you go, hey, I can't do softball one more time.
Yes.
What's your getaway? What do you like to do?
I like to go on walks.
Okay.
I love my family. They're really my everything. So it's hard being away from them right now. But at the same time, my friends are a lot of my support system around here.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have 2 sisters.
Younger, older?
I'm the middle.
You're the middle. Okay. How does that work out?
It's good.
Okay. We'll just leave it at that. How about that?
It's good.
Okay. So biology, you're going to be a nurse, and do you want to go back to Fort Smith? You want to hang out here? You want to go?
I have thought about going back to Fort Smith or up northwest, Fayetteville area.
Yeah. Okay. So if you were talking to a younger you, what's one piece of advice that you, now that you're in all your wisdom of 18, 19 years old, what would you tell the younger you about what's the best piece of advice you could give?
That's a hard one. Probably just to stick through it. She struggled when she was younger, but I think that I'd tell her that it's okay now, just to trust herself and stick with what she loved.
Okay. All right. Who's your favorite? Well, I better not ask that. I was going to say, who's your favorite teammate? But no, we don't put you out on an aisle like that. So we're getting ready for conference, right? Not this week, but next, I
Next
think?
week, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And who do we open up with?
Columbia, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. And that's the top dog. They were voted first in the conference.
Yep.
So has Coach Nutt told y'all anything about them? Have you gone out and kind of peeked ahead to see what they got going on, or?
No, not really.
Just staying in the week, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So this week we're off. You just got back from Gulf Shores. We played 2 receiving votes teams, and then 2 others we split, which that's okay. You know, as long as we don't come back 0-4, we're all right. So I know Coach Nutt told me y'all did some team building while you were there as well. And one of the things she said was you had to close your eyes, and teammates came around, and they would tell you one thing of affirmation, right? What they, do you remember any that anybody said to you? You want to share one?
Well, they complimented me on my athletics, but I think the biggest compliment for me was how they were like, you're always there, you're always hyped for everybody, and you're a good teammate, and you're a good person. I think that those compliments mean the most to me.
And you guys are a real family. I mean, y'all
we're real tight.
Real tight, the whole bunch. That's one of the things that Coach Nutt really presses with you guys is we're going to get along whether you like it or not, right? Okay, so she'll threaten you a little bit, but is that a positive for you? Is that something that you were looking for when you was looking for teams, being recruited by other places?
I think that, yes, that's a big thing for me. Like, you want to feel like a family. You want to feel welcomed. You want to feel loved when you play because, that's a part of the game, too. You don't want to play on a team where you don't feel like camaraderie or hatred and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. So, conference tournament's going to be in Branson this year. We're going to play up there. And then I know that I kind of went out on a limb at the softball banquet, and I said, y'all, we're going to be playing on that Monday for the AMC championship. Is that a goal for you?
Yes, of course. Yes.
When you came in, I don't know. When I played, they would give us little note cards and they'd say, hey, write 5 goals down. Did Coach Nutt do that for y'all? Okay. Can you share your goals?
Honestly, don't remember.
Don't remember?
No, but I did. We want to make it far.
Of course,
that's the goal, yes.
Right. Okay. And the hard work and everything y'all are putting in so far is really going to pay off. So now, as we go, that this is one of the things I learned too as a freshman is they get a book on us. Everything's televised now, right?
Yep.
So we could go out and we could watch every game Columbia plays. Well, they probably do the same thing to us in their scouting services. So we're not going to tip our hand and say what we can hit.
Yeah.
What's your favorite pitch to hit?
I love an inside pitch.
Inside?
Inside low.
So you can drop the head and just turn on it, right? Okay. What would your superpower be in softball? What's the one thing you'd want to do that you can't do? Pitch?
Probably speed. I'm not fast at all.
Well, that's, catchers, do they do courtesy runners for catchers? Okay.
Yep.
So that's what I like to catch because you get on base, they call time, you go sit in the dugout, put your gear on. You don't have to do all that running. That's what I liked about it. Now, Division I, they didn't have that. So I liked when we played NAI teams with that courtesy runner. So, well, is there anything you'd like the listeners to know about you that they may not know? I got one if you don't.
You can say yours and I'll say mine.
I did a little research.
You say yours first and then I'll piggyback.
Okay. I did a little research. And I think that you were also a pretty good cheerleader in high school.
Yes,
that not the one that you were going to say?
No, that is
not. Not the one. Okay. All right. How does cheer and softball work together?
Honestly, it was hard in high school. Yes, it was hard on my knees, but I love cheer so much. Like I find myself missing it now.
And with fall ball and football season going on, and I'm sure that we play football Friday night, get in late, turn around, go to Saturday tournament. And
yes, sir.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
But I was going through and doing a little research and saw you in a cheer uniform. And,
that's hilarious. That's another life. That's crazy.
Okay, well, what's your one thing?
Well, my teammates know, but I love milk.
You love milk?
I have to have milk before every game.
Okay. Chocolate milk?
White.
White milk. What percent?
2%.
2%.
Yep.
1% is kind of watery. You can read a paper through it.
Yeah.
And then whole milk's a little.
There's a difference. Yeah.
Got to get that 2%. On cereal or just drink it?
Just drink it.
Just drink it.
Yep.
On those hot days, you might see it again. So you got to be careful with that.
Hey, yeah.
But they say that the chocolate milk is supposed to help in recovery after exercise. That if you go into like the big league locker rooms, they have refrigerators full of chocolate milk. Yeah.
That's crazy. So that would be my dream. That'd be a dream.
To have a refrigerator full of milk?
Yeah, I think Coach Nutt should get one in the concession stand.
We'll talk to her about that.
Okay.
All right. Well, it was glad to have you today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Come back. Well, since you're a freshman, we can have you on just anytime we want to. Okay. All right. Well, thank everybody for joining us. This is Mitch Mathis, the athletic director at Williams Baptist University. If you have anyone else that you'd like for us to get on the show, just drop us a note there in our links on the bottom of this page, and we'll try to make that happen as soon as we can. I'd like to give a little shout out to Bill Jeffrey over there running the keyboard and keeping us all straight. And we love coming out, giving the information to you guys about our athletes here on campus of Williams Baptist University. Share this with somebody, get our name out, maybe some alumni that wants to stay in touch, and they can listen to us and get information about the different groups and different teams that we have here on campus. Again, this is the Williams Pulse Athletic Edition. Mitch Mathis, and we'll see you soon.